Good morning and welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. We have lots to discuss today from the India versus Afghanistan second T20I to the AFC Asian Cup and of course the Hockey Women's Olympics qualifiers. I am Gargi Raut and joining me today are Shubhayan Chakrabarti, Debashish Sen and Bharat Ramraj. Shubhayan, first of all, what are your biggest takeaways from the series so far?
Yeah, but I think the way Yashasvi batted, Virat Kohli's return, Shivam Dube's form, Akshar Patel performing really well again. So major takeaways have to be that, and of course everyone is right now talking about the way Yashasvi batted, his intent up top upon giving a chance to open with Rohit. Virat Kohli's newfound version, if he's going to bat like this throughout in the final T20I and in the IPL, then it's going to be very interesting for the Indian team. And Akshar Patel giving new headache to the Indian team management. So yeah, good takeaways to have.
Debashish, the series only has one more match left. When it comes to the youngsters, who has impressed you the most? Shivam Dube?
Absolutely, it has to be Shivam and Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Yeah.
The way he batted means obviously it's refreshing. Means he puts real challenge to Shubman Gill now. Means
Mhm.
after such kind of form, yes, you might argue that he scored against Afghanistan. He scored in a belter like in Indore, but then the manner in which scored those runs, and remember he has now played quite a few knocks that has been praiseworthy. Means his knock in the West Indies where he scored for 84 in his debut T20 against Australia. Also he had played some really good knocks. So he's coming of age now. Means obviously, and we need to back now, because if you have a left-hander and a right-hander at the top, it automatically puts more pressure on the opponent bowling. So I for one would love to see Yashasvi Jaiswal being persistent with it at the top along with Rohit Sharma as far as T20 cricket is concerned.
Bharat, what about you? Who's most likely to retain their spot in the squad moving forward among the youngsters, according to you?
Obviously, as it has already been discussed, SSV Jaiswal will be one of them. There are lots of others. I guess, obviously, Rinku Singh, I don't have to say anything about him. I think he's on a. I think he's in such good form that he might even play in other formats as well. Not very sure about Shivam Dube. Let's see how it goes, because Hardik Pandya obviously is still in the mix. He will come back in the mix. So these are the few players, couple of 2-3 players who will definitely be in the side. Because this with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli around, a couple of places at least no youngster can take. The couple of places they will take. So there are not many places left. So one is obviously Jaiswal will be there, and Rinku Singh obviously definitely will be there.
Okay, one of the biggest questions that will be asked of the Indian selectors is who will make it to the opening spot. Yashasvi has made an incredible start to his T20I career. Shubman Gill is a hit in the format already, and now with two failures from Rohit Sharma against Afghanistan, who could be the opening pair? Listen in.
India have only one T20I and an IPL between now and the next T20 World Cup to be played in the West Indies and the USA in June. One of the key selection questions for the selectors will be about the opening options. With the return of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in the mix for the T20 World Cup and Yashasvi Jaiswal impressing with the bat, here's a look at some of the candidates and what they bring to the table. Yashasvi Jaiswal made his T20I debut only in August 2023 and has played just 15 matches in the format so far. Still, he is one of the front runners for the opening slot. That is because he offers something that many in India do not do: the ability to attack from the first ball. Jaiswal's strike rate of more than 150 in the first 10 deliveries is eye-catching. With the southpaw making a strong mark against Australia and Afghanistan in the home series, it will be difficult to look past the youngster for the T20 World Cup. Rohit Sharma is the captain of Indian team so far, but the hitman has had a forgettable comeback in the shortest format with back-to-back ducks, including a golden one in the second T20I against Afghanistan. While as a captain, his place is assured in the 11 and there is no doubt about his leadership qualities, However, the outcome remains to be seen if his poor run of form in the T20 format continues in the first half of IPL. Shubman Gill is another strong contender to make it to the T20 World Cup squad. However, the inclusion of Yashasvi Jaiswal has seen Shubman Gill sit out from the second T20I against Afghanistan. While the Indian team management does not want an anchor at the top of the order, Gill's numbers of late have been disappointing. With scores of 3, 7, 6, 77, 9, 0, 8 and 23 in his last 8 innings, Gill has not been able to convert his IPL form into international runs, and that may very well see him get in the team as a backup option. Ishan Kishan is next in the list. What separates Kishan from his competition is that he is a wicket-keeper. While Ishan Kishan has suddenly become out of favour, things could turn out to be interesting if he cranks it up in the IPL for Mumbai Indians. However, among the contenders mentioned, he is also the slowest starter. It was on the show during the series against Australia, where he was 19 of 21 in the first T20I and 22 of 21 in the second. While he did recover well in both the games, the approach might not be the best one, and that could see Ishan Kishan miss out from the mix for the T20 World Cup. The last player in the list is Ruturaj Gaikwad. Ruturaj is one of the best players of spin in T20s, averaging almost 50 with a strike rate of more than 160 against that type of bowling since the last T20 World Cup. With the pitches at the World Cup expected to be on the slower side in the Caribbean, he could play an important role if selected, and his record against pace is not bad either. So all eyes will be on the IPL if it manages to change the dimension of how the Indian team shapes up for the T20 World Cup. What do you think, who will open in the T20 World Cup? Will it be Rohit Yashasvi or will it be someone else? Do let us know in the comment section below and keep following RevSportz for more.
Right then, we'll move on to football now. Swapnil Mukherjee and Rahul Giri are in Doha covering the AFC Asian Cup. Here are all the visuals and all the updates from India's training session yesterday. Take a look.
Hi, this is Rahul for RevSportz, and along with me my colleague Swapnil. And India have started their preparation for the Uzbekistan game, and in this video we are going to give you some key updates from India's training session. So the first update is that today also Sahal Abdul Samad didn't join the full-fledged training session along with the team, though he joined the team for the warm-up, and he was also included in the 1v1 versus 1v1 game. But the one thing that we noticed that the coach and the other coaching staff were very careful with Sahal Abdul Samad. During Sahal Abdul Samad, there were no defenders, only goalkeeper was there, so that Sahal didn't have to face any such rough tackles of the defender or not. And also at one instance, I noticed that Gurpreet Singh Sandhu came out to clear one loose ball of Sahal Abdul Samad, and as he was so close, Trevor Sinclair shouted that be careful. Yeah. That shows how important is Sahal for the Indian team. Though still in doubt that whether he will return in the AFC Asian Cup or not, but Coach Ego's team has wanted him to be fully fit before the World Cup qualifier. But apart from Sahal, Swapnil, I would like to come to you. The main thing that we have noticed in today's training is that the playing 11 against Australia didn't join the training session today. Yeah, they were on the pitch, but they basically focused on the recovery session and the cool down. But apart from them, I think the rest of the players, who are not in the playing 11, today they were grinding hard in the training session. So do you think that we can see 3 or 4 players from them who can replace who can be featured in the playing 11 against Uzbekistan?
Like the first stage was Australia, and it's done now, and we won't see the same team again because coach is trying to build something that is unbreakable, and we had few flaws. And from my side, like the practice we saw, there was like the first 11, they just did some meditation, they just spent their time with the mental conditioning coach. They are getting there mentally into the Uzbekistan zone, and here we can see like the players who were not in the playing 11, like everybody, KP, Sahal, and Sahal, you already told that he was like getting into the zone. And the thing just we noticed is attacker and defender switch, which is very important. And we saw practicing one touch, quick touches, fast touches, switching positions, goalkeeper into hands, goalkeeper went up, advanced goalkeeping. And the most effective thing that I saw in the training today was attacker switch, because that only happens when a team tries to play over attacking. They want their defenders to attack, they want their midfielders to fall back, so that the line and the shape maintained in every counter attack. That means in Uzbekistan, India is going to play a fast football.
Devashish, after seeing India's performance against Australia, how much confidence is the team giving you right now?
Yeah, now they have another tough opponent in Afghanistan. Means it will also be a tough assignment for Igor Stimac and his boys. But then obviously they might take the confidence, the manner in which they played against Australia, and to be and hats off to all the defenders. Means the way they defended, but. Somewhat I would love to see a little more purpose when it comes to attacking. Means the Sunil Chetri was left alone. Means when it comes to attacking, he did not have any sort of support. And if you are to win matches, means then you need to score goals. But it will be tough again for the against the Uzbeks. But let's hope that India puts up another spirited performance.
Shubhan, next game against Uzbekistan, what are your expectations?
Well, I was really impressed the way India defended in the first half. I even tweeted that Diego Simeone would be in tears seeing this Indian team defend like this. But I would like to see them cut short of their mistakes, because in bigger tournaments you can't really do mistakes, do errors, which we saw against Australia. One chance they gave Gurpreet Singh Sandhu's mistake, and they pounced on it, and after that the floodgates were open. But again, I would like to see Subhashish Bose continue his form. Deepak Tangri was really impressive. And as Devashish said, a little bit purpose. I would like to see Changte being more involved in those attacks, because he has that pace to break out during counter attacks. And of course, if Manveer can add a bit of lethalness in that up front, then we would be we can defeat Uzbekistan. That's no more a thing which we can dream of, because Uzbekistan is a beatable team. We just have to cut out on our mistakes and focus on attacking a bit better.
Yes, and while Rahul Sorry?
I'll just like to add one thing. Obviously, it was good to see Gurpreet Singh owning up his mistake. He tweeted, but that is something. It was hard, nice to see. But I would love to see the team management persisting with Gurpreet. See, mistakes are made by humans. Every sportsman make some mistakes. So it's that you should, and he has been a great goalkeeper over the years. Yes, that was a howler, but then we need to persist.
Amrinder is the second goalkeeper, right?
Amrinder is the second goalkeeper, and Cat third.
So real tough competition, but yes, I agree that he should be given at least one more game. If Vic makes another mistake, then that's a different story. But yes, he has been such a real performer for India. So back him at his low.
While Rahul Giri and Swapnil are in Doha to cover the AFC Asian Cup, they had a chance to explore the Katara cultural village. Take a look.
Right now we are in a private vehicle. You can see as if like it's a vehicle. Anybody comes here gets this service for free. People here are like pretty much helpful. They are helping us to travel here and there. Any problem we just ask them. They are helping us.
to hockey now. Ranchi is abuzz with hockey action. The Indian team took on New Zealand last night and India beat New Zealand 3-1 with goals from Sangeeta, Udita and Beauty. India now stands at number 3 in the Pool B standings. Bharat, an incredible show by the Indian team last night. What was the key highlight of the match, particularly in the first minute, that really set the tone for the Indian team's performance?
Yeah, it was just. I think main factor was India's short passes. India are at their best when they go for short passes. I don't think they can match the European teams or Australia or New Zealand by going for long distance passes, and that's where I think the difference was. The intent also was there. I think a lot of credit has to go to Yannick Skopman. She, I think, ensured that there was a lot of intent even before the match started. The way she was practicing with Savita Punya, it didn't seem like the captain and coach were practicing. She was giving her a hard time because one could see that she wanted her girls to come out firing, and that's what they did. I think it also was great to see that crowd got its money's worth. Yesterday they were all very disappointed. If you come out, Ranchi, it doesn't feel like it's a city in India because it's only about hockey. There's nothing about cricket here. They're only talking about hockey, right from receptionist right down to every person here. Even if they don't know hockey, they're only talking about hockey here. So at least for the fans' sake, it was great to see that they won. Even when it came to something as simple as India getting the ball back, winning the ball back, they were cheering so loudly. They were saying Bharat Mata Ki Jai and all that. Even for something as simple as winning the ball back. So that encapsulates the point that the crowd was really into it. Casual fan, it would be someone who is a serious hockey fan.
That's incredible to hear. But what does this victory mean for India in the context of their qualification for the Paris Olympics? And what challenges do they need to overcome in the upcoming matches, especially against Italy?
Italy obviously is the weakest team in this group, so you expect India to win. It basically comes down to how many goals they will win. If, for example, New Zealand beats United States will have 2 wins. India will have 2 wins. New Zealand will have 2 wins. So it comes down to goal differences. So India have to get as many goals as possible in that match against Italy. Obviously, if United States take down New Zealand, it would make it easier for India. But if in case the experienced New Zealand side get it right, then India have to really thump New Zealand by as many goals as possible.
Okay, thank you, Bharat. And that is it from us for this conversation. We'll leave you with an exclusive interview with Trevor Sinclair ahead of India's match against Uzbekistan. Thank you to everyone who joined and stay tuned to RevSportz.
Hi, this is Rahul for RevSportz, and today I've got a very special man. We don't see him on the pitch, but what he does on the behind the scene, it's immense effort that he gives for the team, and it shows clearly against Australia team. The team was superb defendingly, and today we are fortunate that we got him, and he will review the Australian game, and also going forward in this tournament, he will share his thoughts for the upcoming tough game. So, coach, coming to the first question, 2-0 result. I think the boys will be a bit upset with the result that they lost. They are superb in the first half, but our country is very proud in the result. A result they haven't seen many times in the recent year. So how is the mood in the camp after that game?
I think the mood in the camp's good. It's positive. We've got some fantastic experienced players, young players with a lot of enthusiasm. Obviously to lose, we're not going to be happy. But I think the way that the boys applied themselves, especially in that first half, it will give us a lot of confidence. I think we ran out of steam a little bit in the second half, and we admit that. We're not at the same levels as some of these players that play in Europe, and we've got to accept that. But when you talk about spirit, leaving everything on the pitch, the togetherness, the willingness to try and put your body in the way, the amount of blocks that we got in to stop shots on target and protect Gurpreet's goal, I think that shows the character of the men, and they're only a group of players. So we know what we're going to get from them. We'll try and be better in the next game against Uzbekistan in possession. I think out of possession, we can't ask for much more from the boys. They give everything for the country, give everything for the shirt, and you can see that they're fighting to the last minute.
Absolutely. But there's another thing that I've noticed that as you also joined not only as a deputy but also as a safety specialist, our team has conceded 14 corners from Australia, but in 14 corners, Australia couldn't manage to score a single goal. So, are you satisfied with that stats?
Listen, the players deserve the credit. You know, you look at Sandesh and the fearlessness that player has got. You know, and all the defenders that were required. And we don't leave anyone up, or we haven't been leaving anyone up for corners against. And every player has got his role and his responsibility. And as a coaching staff, we can only give them the information. Mahesh, obviously the gaffer, myself, we put them in positions. They know their roles, but for the boys to take responsibility against a team, an Australian team, where at times we're giving a foot away in height. So for them to be nudging, putting the body in the way, blocking, and really putting the body on the line for the team to try and keep a clean sheet and successfully defend 14 set pieces, as well as all the crosses that went into the box. Absolutely proud of the boys, how they stood up to be counted like men, and we expect the same again. You know, out of possession and defending set pieces and crosses and corners, we expect the same. We just want a little bit more improvement in the possession, in the final third entries. We had a few, and we come close on a couple of occasions, maybe pick the wrong option at times as well. We need to try and improve on that, and that's what we're working on in the training pitch and then final third entries. But defensively,